How should I start it? Like, does anyone even remember me? Like, it's been a while. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel.
I don't like that.
Okay. Okay, wait. You're probably wondering why I showed up in your news feed. Is it called a news feed? Seriously, is that what it's called?
I think so.
You're probably wondering why I showed up on your YouTube screen, and I don't really know why, but it's been about 5 years since we last spoke, and the last time you would have seen me probably was my live coming out video to my mom. Should I just do it?
Yeah, just keep doing it, because you can just cut all this stuff out.
Okay. One of the reasons... So the last time that you may have seen me, if you think you recognize me at all, probably is from the live coming out video that I did almost 5 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long, but so crazy. But the response that I got on that video was just so amazing, and I never really did any sort of follow-up. I never made another video or explained why I didn't make another video, and I just kind of stumbled upon it, and I thought maybe I would just make one and see like what everyone's up to. What you guys are up to. Hi, my name is Ryan, and yeah, so I just thought I would get into kind of a background of the video, and then kind of tell you what I'm up to now and see if you guys want to hang out later. So where were we? Actually kind of a crazy story what happened with that video, and it's something that's never happened to me before, so it's just like kind of weird to deal with, and it was just a lot. And I was in school for the first time and just like away from home, and it was just like a lot to deal with. So I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a background on what happened because it's kind of interesting. I wanted to make that video honestly because there were only maybe 3 other videos like that on YouTube, and they really helped me so much. Like there was just no other way to kind of like learn about how to come out. So you could have like probably Googled it for help, but I don't know, it just didn't help me. I'm more of like a visual learner, and when I saw a couple videos of other people doing it, it was really awesome because it kind of just helps you like put yourself in their shoes and then kind of see like how would your parents react in the same situation. So when I decided I was gonna do it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it that way too. I'm gonna do it because those videos helped me so much. So it was kind of like, I know it sounds cheesy, but like if I could help somebody else in the same way, I just thought that would be great. So I decided to do it. And actually the reason why I decided to even tell my mom in the first place is actually because at my new school, I made a lot of new friends, and I made friends with this girl, Melody. Shout out to Mel if you're watching. And we were actually walking down the street one time going to a bar, and we were kind of tipsy, and she was like, so Ryan, I have to ask you a question. Do you like boys or girls? And that was actually the first time that anybody ever asked me that. So like I was just caught off guard so much, I didn't know what to say. So I actually ended up lying, and I was like, oh, I like girls, of course I do. And then after that night, I kind of just had like such a sinking feeling just knowing that I lied about that. Like it was just not a good feeling. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to lie about that. It's just not a good feeling. It's not a good look, and that's not me. So after that, I was like, you know what? I need to do it, but I have to start with my mom. Flash forward to all the coming out videos, and I just decided, you know what? That's the way that I'm gonna do it too. And so I filmed the video, I got out my laptop, and I just like positioned it towards her, and you can see she's like laying on the couch, and kind of did the whole thing, just filmed it on my MacBook on photo booth. And after I took it, after I did it, you know, it was obviously very emotional, but a couple days later when I was back at school, I was like, okay, I'm gonna upload it now and just see what happens. And I really like wasn't ready for people who I know to see that video. I kind of just figured that YouTube is just like, you know, anonymous people, and I never thought in a million years that anyone that I knew would ever see that video, which is kind of a crazy story because a lot of people ended up seeing it that I know. I posted the video, and then I just went to bed, and it's so weird because the next morning I woke up with like 7,500 views on the video, and I didn't know what to think of that. I don't know, I just kind of figured that like, I didn't know much about YouTube, so I kind of figured that that's kind of normal. Like, you put up a video and then like thousands of people see it. I didn't know that for somebody who has no subscribers, no history on YouTube, that was a big deal. So I just didn't think anything of it. And I remember I went to class and then I went to bed, and the next day I woke up, and I'm not kidding, it had 200,000 views on it. And I was like, holy shit, like, I didn't know what to do. I was so confused. I was getting so many emails from people commenting on the video, and I was like really freaked out, because even though it's what I wanted, I don't know, it was just so scary to know that, like, you know, that was the only person that I came out to. So now 200,000 people have seen it. How many of those people do I maybe know? So while it was up, I actually got a message from this guy named Jeff, who I went to my other school with. And he was gay. I knew he was gay, openly gay, and he sent me a message saying, oh my God, I just saw your video, congratulations, that's so awesome. And I was like, oh my God, like, somebody that I know has seen it. I was freaking out, I was so scared. So I was like, you know what, I'm not ready for this. This isn't what I wanted, so I decided to make the video private again. And I was like, felt so relieved. I was like, okay, it's gone. Like, it did its thing, but it's fine. And then I just kind of thought about it for a bit. I was like, you know what, this isn't why I did this. I actually had a purpose for uploading this video. And I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna put it back, whatever. People are gonna find out anyways. I'm gonna start telling people so that if they do see the video, they're not as surprised. And I put it back up probably within a few hours of having privated it. And then I woke up the next day and it had 700,000 views, which is so freaking crazy. I couldn't believe it, but it's amazing that the momentum kept going after I privated it, so that's good to know. But there were just so many really positive comments, and, you know, people saying that I have such a great mom, and she responded so great, and she really did, and I'm so thankful for that. But actually, it's so crazy, because people would send me Instagram messages, and they would comment on my Instagram and say, you know, thank you so much for uploading that video. And I actually would delete those comments because I was just still kind of scared. I was like, I just don't want people to know that I made this video. So it's kind of like almost shameful a little bit. You know, now it's so many years later, and still a lot of my friends don't even know about that video, but it's almost at 1 million views now. So I feel like, you know, now's the time to just like embrace that video, and, you know, all the people that it's hopefully helped. And, you know, I'm so excited that it's helped people. I still get messages to this day from people saying that that video has really helped them. So that's just really awesome, and I'm really happy about that. It's also so crazy too, because one of my best friends, Jen, she actually found out through this video. I never actually came out to her in person, which is like so sad, but actually really funny when we look back at it now. It's like hilarious that she found it through that video. But what actually happened was she was on the homepage of YouTube, and YouTube actually put my video on the homepage, and that's why it completely exploded. So, you know, if that's gonna happen, obviously some people that you know are gonna see the video. So kind of just a funny side story. I don't know if you guys know this, but one of the perks of having a video on YouTube with a lot of views is that apparently you get paid. And I actually remember one day, I turned on the AdSense thing. It gave me a little notification to try it. And when I did it was a couple days later, it said you made $1,000. So, you know, not that I wanted to make money off of that video, it's definitely not my intention, but it was kind of crazy. I mean, it did kind of make me think, you know, maybe I could do YouTube, but for whatever reason, I just kind of decided to, you know, just let the video sit and not really do much else with it. But I know that it's still helping people today, and something that is so crazy is that when I did that, there were only 3 videos on YouTube, but now, if you actually try and find that video, you probably won't, because there's so many other people who did it. So I actually feel like my biggest impact in being a part of that was not necessarily the video itself, but just participating in that trend and encouraging people to do it themselves, because I really feel like that probably did, you know, help a little bit just to, you know, encourage people. And I think the more people that you see doing it, I just know that in my mind, when I was watching it, I was like, I need to see every single one, because then I can just use all these different scenarios, all these different types of parents, and try and like map it to what my parents were like. And you know, how it would work when I told them. So it was definitely very helpful. Something that was so much harder than coming out actually was coming out to my mom about the video. You know, having to tell your mom that she's on YouTube and there's almost 1 million views on a video that she's in for a very personal moment. It was kind of scary, but she was actually totally cool with it. She still checks the video every once in a while because most of the comments are really, really sweet and they're all kind of, you know, thanking her for being such a great mom. And she really is, so. Can I get a refill?
Yeah.
Thanks. This is not my dog, but that's okay. Thank you. I feel like the biggest message, obviously, with anyone coming out is always it gets better, and it totally does. And I know that it sounds so cheesy because everybody says that, and it's something that you know, you always hear. But if you are going through any sort of struggle, whether it's coming out about your sexuality or any other thing that you're going through, I think that message applies to everyone. It does get better. You just need some time. You need to think about it. You just need to chill. And it'll come to you, don't worry. With my job, I do a lot of really cool things. I work with a lot of celebrities and I travel to a lot of really exotic places, and I feel like I probably do have some interesting content. So if you guys think that it's something that you want to see to learn a little bit more about me, definitely follow me on Instagram at RyanDubs, but also let me know in the comments below if there's anything you want to know about me or my experience or how it's been since I came out, or you know, what it was like to do that video. Let me know. I mean, I want to know what you guys think, and I want to check in with you guys, like I said, and hopefully you're doing good. I mean, how have you been? I also just feel like, honestly, I'm so happy that I came out. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't take it back for the world, and I think it's really shaped who I am. It shaped me as a young entrepreneur, and really allowed me to kind of just live my best life. So thank you so much if you saw that video, if 5 years ago it helped you, you know, and it meant something to you, then thank you so much for being a part of that. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out in the link below. It's almost at 1 million views, so I mean, I feel like we should just try and rally together and get it to 1 million, because that would be pretty cool. If you want to see more of me, I actually have a few really cool video ideas of things that I think would be really interesting. So hit that subscribe button wherever it is, comment on what you want to see, and like this video, and yeah. So